Hello, everybody. This is Jeff from RV Knowledge Group. All right, so yesterday I was out here. I was filling up tires for my next trip because we're down in the 30s and 40s at night. So the tires, you can see they're putting a lot of pressure on the sidewalls when it's just sitting here. So I wanted to fill them up more. So I came out here yesterday, filled them up. By the way, I used my new Lock-N-Fleet. Great product. Just absolutely awesome. But when I was out here, I noticed two things. Number one, you can see I have some TPMS sensor. I think they're easy tire, and I love them. They work pretty well. I'm not going to say they're maybe the best. I haven't used others, but they work well. When I took this one off, number 4 there, which is the inner dual on here, I noticed that two things. The valve extender that was leading to the inner tire, I was able to move it a little bit back and forth. Now that was a simple adjustment screw. Right behind here, there's a little nut, and all you do is pull it out, the valve extender out a little bit, and screw the nut down. Not a big deal. However, you'll probably be able to tell when I take this off. Yesterday, there was a hiss, like it was constantly leaking. So it's not, and it's holding pressure. I tested it with my TPMS system. Yesterday it was 78, today it's 79, so that's about 20 hours. So it's holding pressure when you put the TPMS on. I do have my little tire valve tool. So I'm thinking that it's probably the little valve on the inside that is a little loose. I'm going to try to tighten it up and see if that works. If not, I'm going to have to take it to the local place and get that fixed because I have a trip coming up in a week. Can't afford to have, any tire issues. So let's see how we do here. Let's take this off. Let's see if it makes the same hissing sound. And this doing the same thing it did yesterday. Okay, so you can clearly hear that. Okay, so that's all it was. You use this end. I'm going to make sure we get this little end of the tire valve kit, and just gently, you don't want to do it too hard, just gently twist it clockwise to make it more secure. I'm going to keep this with me for now on. Pretty much invaluable, but you can see without this on, if you just had a regular old rubber cap on that wheel, it would not seal it well because this little piece on the inside helps to seal that tire. So without this, if you just had a rubber cap, that tire would have deflated pretty easily. But it was an easy fix. It was on my mind all last night. I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to fill them up a little bit because even though I filled them up a little bit yesterday, I didn't fill them up enough. And I'm just going to make sure to just kind of snug them all up so that they're all good for a trip. But this is the kind of stuff that can ruin your trip, is just losing tire pressure, not having that tool right there, and having to call roadside assistance. And, you're going to pay some money, and it's a very simple fix. So, so always check your tires before your trip and make sure that everything's working well.